You've probably seen both of them on supplement labels. Citrulline, arginine. Sometimes they're hyped as pump enhancers, sometimes as nitric oxide boosters, and sometimes they're thrown into pre-workouts together like they're interchangeable. And if you've ever stood in a supplement store or scrolled through labels wondering which one actually works, you're not alone. On paper, citrulline and arginine look like they should do the same thing. They're both amino acids. They're both linked to nitric oxide. They're both supposed to increase blood flow, pumps, and performance. So why does one show up in almost every modern pre-workout, while the other keeps getting phased out? Today, we're settling this properly. No hype, no brand bias, and no repeating outdated supplement myths. We're breaking down what citrulline actually does, what arginine actually does, how nitric oxide production really works in the body, and which one is actually worth your money. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one you should be using, and in what situations the other might still make sense. Let's start with the basics, because understanding the pathway matters here. Nitric oxide is a signaling molecule that helps relax blood vessels, improving blood flow. More blood flow means more oxygen delivery, more nutrient delivery, better pumps, and in some cases, improved endurance and performance. That's the promise behind both citrulline and arginine. Arginine is a direct precursor to nitric oxide. In theory, this sounds perfect. You take arginine, your body converts it into nitric oxide, blood vessels dilate, pumps increase, and performance improves. That logic is exactly why arginine was one of the earliest pump supplements on the market. The problem is that the human body doesn't work in theory. It works through digestion, metabolism, and enzymatic pathways. And this is where arginine starts to fall apart. Metabolism and enzymatic pathways. And this is where arginine starts to fall apart. When you consume arginine orally, a large portion of it gets broken down in the gut and liver before it ever reaches your bloodstream. This process is called first-pass metabolism, and it significantly limits how much arginine is actually available to be converted into nitric oxide. Even at higher doses, blood arginine levels don't rise very efficiently. That means you can take a scoop loaded with arginine and still not get the nitric oxide boost you're expecting. This is one of the main reasons early pre-workouts relied on massive arginine doses that caused stomach discomfort without delivering consistent pumps. Now let's look at citrulline. Citrulline is not directly converted into nitric oxide. Instead, it gets converted into arginine inside the kidneys. That might sound like an unnecessary extra step, but it's actually the key advantage. Citrulline bypasses first-pass metabolism almost entirely. It gets absorbed efficiently, enters circulation, and then gets converted into arginine in a way that results in higher and more sustained blood arginine levels than taking arginine itself. In simple terms, citrulline is a better way to raise arginine levels than arginine. This has been confirmed repeatedly in research. Studies comparing oral citrulline to oral arginine consistently show that citrulline leads to greater increases in plasma arginine and nitric oxide production. That's the foundational reason citrulline replaced arginine in most modern formulas. But pumps aren't the only thing that matters. Citrulline also plays a role in ammonia clearance. During intense training, especially high-volume or endurance-based lifting, ammonia builds up in the muscles and contributes to fatigue. Citrulline helps clear ammonia more efficiently, which can delay fatigue and allow you to maintain output longer. This is why citrulline is not just a pump ingredient, it's also a performance ingredient. Users often notice improved endurance, better set-to-set performance, and less drop-off during longer sessions. Arginine doesn't offer this same benefit to the same degree. Now let's talk dosage, because this is where a lot of people get misled. Effective citrulline dosing starts around 6 grams per day, with 8 grams being a common sweet spot for performance and pumps. Most research uses citrulline malate, typically in a 2-to-1 or 1-to-1 ratio, though pure L-citrulline works just as well if dosed correctly. Arginine, on the other hand, often requires much higher doses to see any effect, sometimes upward of 10 grams. At those levels, gastrointestinal distress becomes a real issue for many people. Bloating, cramping, and nausea are common complaints, which is another reason arginine fell out of favor. So if citrulline is clearly superior, why does arginine still exist in supplements at all? There are 2 reasons. First, arginine is cheap. It's significantly less expensive than citrulline, which makes it appealing for low-cost formulas that want to advertise nitric oxide support without using premium ingredients. Second, arginine does have specific use cases outside of training performance. It's involved in immune function, wound healing, and certain clinical applications. In those contexts, arginine supplementation can make sense. But for pre-workout performance, pumps, and endurance, citrulline consistently outperforms it. Now let's compare how these two actually feel during training, because real-world experience matters. With arginine, when it works, the pump tends to be shorter-lived and less consistent. Some users feel a mild fullness early in the workout that fades quickly. Others feel nothing at all. This inconsistency is largely due to absorption variability. With citrulline, pumps tend to build gradually and last longer. Blood flow increases feel more stable across the session, especially when paired with training volume. The endurance effect is also more noticeable, particularly during high-rep sets, supersets, and longer workouts. This is why citrulline shows up in almost every serious pump-focused pre-workout today. Now let's make this practical. If you're choosing between citrulline and arginine strictly for gym performance, the answer is clear. Citrulline wins. It raises arginine levels more effectively, improves nitric oxide production, supports endurance, and does so with fewer side effects. So let's lock in the best pick for each. For citrulline, the best pick is pure L-citrulline, or properly dosed citrulline malate, from a reputable brand that provides at least 6 to 8 grams per serving. The key here is dosage and transparency. If the label doesn't clearly state how much citrulline you're getting, it's not worth your time. Citrulline malate can be a solid option if the ratio is disclosed and the citrulline content is high enough. Otherwise, pure L-citrulline removes all guesswork. This is the ingredient you want for pumps, endurance, and overall workout performance. For arginine, the best pick is arginine in targeted, non-workout specific use cases. If you're supplementing for general health purposes, immune support, or specific clinical reasons, arginine can still be useful. But as a pre-workout pump ingredient, it should not be your first choice. If you do use arginine, lower doses spread throughout the day tend to be better tolerated than large single doses before training. Now let's address one more common mistake. Stacking citrulline and arginine together is usually unnecessary. Since citrulline already raises arginine levels more effectively, adding arginine on top rarely provides additional benefit. In most cases, it just increases the risk of digestive discomfort without improving performance. If you want to optimize nitric oxide production, focus on citrulline, adequate hydration, and proper training volume. Those three factors matter far more than stacking redundant ingredients. So where does this leave us? Citrulline is the superior choice for nitric oxide support, pumps, and performance. Arginine, while biologically important, is inefficient when taken orally for workout-related goals. The science is clear, the real-world results are consistent, and that's why the supplement industry has shifted in this direction. If you've been chasing pumps with outdated formulas, or wondering why certain pre-workouts feel underwhelming, this is likely a big part of the reason. Understanding how ingredients actually work allows you to stop wasting money and start choosing supplements that align with real physiology, not marketing claims. If this breakdown helped clear up the confusion between citrulline and arginine, let me know in the comments. And if you want more evidence-based supplement comparisons like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Coming up next are deep dives on pump stacks that actually work, low-stimulant pre-workout setups, and how to build better training endurance without relying on more caffeine. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.